Hey guys, it's me. Here I am in Austin, Texas. The Darkness, my music band, are playing a music concert tonight at Emo's, which is a really great venue in Austin. It's one that I've always loved, and I'm excited to play here tonight. But sprinting across the bottom of the screen, once again, are all the venues that I'll be performing at in the capacity of Justin Hawkins Rides Again during the Justin Hawkins Rides Again tour, which will take place in January and February in theatres across the UK. So if you happen to be near any of the places that you see, as I said, sprinting across the bottom of the screen, then do buy a ticket, come and see me, come and say hi, and watch me do my other thing that I do, the voodoo that I do so well. All right, nice one. Now I'm going to talk about some music. Enjoy. Well, good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. You'll notice that I'm in yet more unfamiliar surroundings because we're on tour in the Americas, and tonight we're playing in Austin, Texas, at Emo's, which is a place that I've always loved, and I'm really excited about the show tonight. This is the sort of apartment bit that they give you as a backstage area, and it's awesome. It's really quite lovely. It's like having your own little apartment, really. So today I'm going to be talking about Babyshambles, because they got a new song out called it's called Dandy Hooligan, and I'm going to talk about it and react to it, listen to it, and do all the usual stuff. Justin Hawkins rides again. See? Beautiful. A cappella, that is. Actually, have we got a guitar around? Is there a guitar here? Guys? No, nothing. No, they're all just sitting there. I asked if anybody wanted to jump in on this, but nobody's slept. It's touring is challenging. It's a challenging existence, but nothing worthwhile is ever easy. And I think this is going to be a great tour. Obviously, day 2, so who knows. Anyway, Babyshambles, the band formed in 2003 by the Libertines' Pete Doherty, have released their first single in 12 years. They've also reunited for a tour of the UK and are reissuing their debut album, Down in Albion, next month. Dandy Hooligan is the title of their new work, and it's been described by Doherty as a well-turned-out, elegantly crafted reggae ska pop song. Sorry, he didn't say punk, he said pop. I think the bit that upset me there was reggae. I think dangerous area, that is. Could be interesting, though. Pete Doherty also paid tribute to his former bandmate and original guitarist Patrick Walden, who died in June, unfortunately, saying that his death had been a real trigger for the comeback. Let me click on the link and listen to the song and tell you what I think.
I've seen plenty of power banks over my 15 years of reviewing tech, but this Ridge one quickly became a favorite. So this, a 10,000 milliamp.
Bit of targeted advertising, a power bank there. Probably quite handy if you're touring the world and you don't have the necessary, adapters and so on for the... why don't they just have one standardized plug for the whole world? That's my vision for a mankind that's prepared for any potential invasion. You know, but what's it called again? The Atlas I. What's that big asteroid called again? Atlas something or other. Atlas. No, Gareth, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Atlas. The Atlas thing. You know, the big rock that might be a spaceship but probably isn't because it's just a big rock. The one that everyone's going on about. 31 Atlas, yeah. So, if we are to be invaded by space aliens that are on a big rock that's randomly hurtling through space, and we haven't even got a standardized plug system, we've got no chance. We can't mount any sort of resistance against the aliens unless we get that sorted. Meanwhile, I'm going to watch this. Okay, I can already hear the ska parts of it because it's sort of just in the way that brass arrangement sounds. You know, it has that sort of, it's got that ska-y thing. The thing about reggae is I don't think anything happens on the one. I might be wrong about that. That's how reggae works, isn't it? Rufus, sorry, I've got some consultants here. A reggae beat doesn't start on the 1, does it? That's the whole point of it, right? That's the difference between ska and reggae. Ska has like something of the aesthetic of reggae, but the beat itself starts on a 1, so you got to kick on the 1. You don't get that in reggae. It's usually on the 3, I think, or the 2. I don't know. Wow, this is really reggae-y. So presumably, like the Dandy Hooligan, the concept of the character, even if we're overlooking the fact that it's based on an actual person, if you had to imagine what a Dandy Hooligan looked like, it'd be somebody with a skinhead and just some sort of flamboyant shirt. I don't know, perhaps something at the neck. I don't know. Sartorially, you could probably profile a Dandy Hooligan just based on the title alone. But all we've seen so far in the video is just some feet.
He's rude in temper, rude in style. Oh, him a wicked and a wild.
Rude in temper and rude in style. I think that's talking about. It's a brilliant using 2 alternate interpretations of the one word rude. I've always thought that Pete Doherty is an excellent lyricist and a really, really interesting person as well. Well read. And when you talk to him, he has this, I don't know, he's got this cerebral magic to him. It's just a really interesting person, I think. Comes across in his songwriting, and that's one of the reasons why he's endured as an entity.
He loves an old hat shop and a good punch up. How will he never punch down? This sartorial brawler.
There he goes, he's talking about sartorial stuff in there. You know what, sometimes I think Pete Doherty and I are cut from the same cloth. Might not make the same musical choices, but I think he and I share an appreciation of certain things.
No, he never punched down. No.
Though I do punch down. I think I talked about that in my episode recently about Sleaford mods, you know. I'm going to put this firmly in the reggae world. I think it's more reggae than ska, actually. Certainly poppy, because that's a really catchy melody.
He likes to dance, he likes to sing. He likes to lick up the 10-pound ting. He loves an old hat shop and a good pawn shop. Well, he never
That's an old hat shop and a good pawn. I thought he said pawn shop in the first revolution of this refrain, but then turns out he's talking about punch up. That's a good hat shop and a good punch up.
never punched down.
And he never punches down. So he likes a good punch up in the sense that he likes a fight, but he doesn't punch down in the sense that he doesn't attack those who are of a lesser standing than his own. I like this guy.
Robs from the rich, gives to his wardrobe, you know. He never punched down. This sartorial brawler.
Sartorial brawler. This is great. Ooh, that's what they call a pinchy. The split harmonic in that guitar playing there, that one is, you know, when he gets like an overtone that's a good octave over the note itself, and it sort of whistles in that sort of Mariah Carey way when, you know, when she closes her throat in a certain way. It's possible to achieve that when you're playing guitar. Now, there's a bit of technology to that. I think where you apply the pinchy, like there's two ways of doing it. Some people do it with a thumb over the edge of the plectrum. So I just try and get my hands in focus there. So when you hold the plectrum, you just put your thumb over it a bit, and then you use that to semi-mute the string that you're playing it on. And that creates a harmonic, because the way a string works is it sort of undulates like that, but if you touch it in a certain place, it undulates at twice the frequency. And that's how pinchy works. But it can happen at a half of the way along, a third of the way along, a quarter of the way along, and depending on where you do that or how close to the edge of the string that you do that tap, that's how many octaves over the original note you get, if you see what I mean. It's just harmonics really, but to hear that sort of pinchy technique in a song like this is quite unusual, because it's more the sort of fare of 80s glam rock guitar playing. That's a nasty tone, that really is. A small combo, I would describe that as, because it's a really boxy little sound, and super saturated as well. Do you know what? I'll tell you who would love this. My mum would love this. She used to collect all the sort of coloured vinyl reggae singles in the 60s and 70s. She was a massive reggae enthusiast, and I was kind of brought up on reggae a little bit, but this is lovely. Over in this side, yeah, on the right hand side, there's some really good sort of skanky sort of rhythmic guitar playing, which is what you'd hear on a Johnny Nash or even a Bob Marley record. The production is really well observed. The arrangement of this is so authentic. It's great. It's those brass people again. All right, that's excellent. I really, really enjoyed it. I think that's lovely little song, and just a really well observed piece of English reggae, I suppose. I'm a big fan of Pete Doherty, I hope that's come across. I think not all of his music has resonated with me over the years, but this is really good, and reminds me of my childhood somehow. Awesome stuff. All right, nice one, Pete Doherty and Babyshambles. Well done. Let me know what you thought in the comments section below, and if you happen to be in the Americas, come and see us play. We're doing, as I said, Austin tonight, Dallas tomorrow, bit of West Coast stuff in the next few days, and we'll be here until the end of November. In the meantime, keep coming back. Nice one, guys. See you on the ice. Justin Hawkins rides again. Lovely stuff. Again.